Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another Rainbow Six Siege video. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at Flores, the newest operator coming to Team Rainbow. We'll be going over his loadout, his gadget, and how to best use him in the Siege. If you enjoy this video or find it helpful in any way, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel. It really helps me out and I really appreciate it. Plus, you'll always have some Siege content to watch. It's a win-win. Now let's begin. First up, his loadout, starting with the primary weapons. The AR-33 is your standard assault rifle. It does 41 damage, which is on the higher side for its class. It has a fire rate of 749 rounds per minute, which is average. And then we have the magazine capacity, which is only 25 rounds. And this is pretty small, which means you're going to spend a lot more time reloading than you would probably want to. Other than that, it's good at any range. Close up, you can spray, and at longer ranges, you may need to tap fire to land your shots. Its recoil also isn't that bad. After a few matches, you should have it nailed down with no problem controlling it. Moving on, we have the SR-25 DMR. Now, in my opinion, this is one of the better DMRs. It deals 61 damage per shot, which is on the lower side for its class, but it has a magazine capacity of 20 rounds. So what it lacks in damage is made up for by the magazine size. You have enough ammo to spray a target if you need to, or to take out multiple enemies at a time, which is the style I prefer. Other than that, the recoil actually isn't too bad. Of course, if you spam fire and press R2 or the left mouse button as fast as you can, it's going to have a lot of recoil and you're going to have a hard time controlling it. But if you fire off 1 or 2 or 3 at a time, or you actually pace out your shots, you should have no problem with the recoil of this weapon. As for his secondary weapons, he has one choice, the GSH-18, which is your basic sidearm. It fires as fast as you can pull the trigger, deals lower damage of course since it's a handgun, and if your primary weapon is out of ammo, it's great to switch to in the middle of a firefight. As for his secondary gadgets, he can either pick stun grenades or a claymore. Use the stun grenades to daze the defenders, or the claymore to watch your flanks slightly better than your teammates. Now to the real fun stuff, his special gadget. Flores comes equipped with the Rotaro Charge. This charge acts like a special kind of drone, a drone that explodes. Once a Rotaro is deployed, it starts moving and it can't stop moving. It also can't slow down. It's allowed to jump though, just like regular drones. It also carries a timed payload. After 8 seconds, the drone will anchor itself. You can anchor it manually as well if you press the ability button again. Either way, when activated, the Rotaro will anchor in place and a 3-second timer will begin. And once that timer hits 0, it will explode. When the Rotaro anchors in place and that timer begins, it becomes bulletproof and stuck in place. And it doesn't just work on the floor either. If you cause the Rotaro to jump, then activate it to anchor, it will stick to the next surface it hits, meaning you can stick it to vertical walls as well. As with every ability, there are a few important things to note. For starters, the Rotaro can be destroyed pretty easily. Before it anchors and becomes bulletproof, it can be destroyed like any other drone. It can be shot, blew up, jammed by mute, and destroyed by electrical surfaces. Next, the drone doesn't go through hard surfaces. He's not a hard breacher, you're not breaching any reinforced walls. But other than that, you can take anything out. Soft walls, hatches, defenders, and their gadgets included. And then finally, he has a total of 4 Rotaro drones. Now, how can we best use Flores in the Siege? Well, for starters, use him as a gadget denier. If your Twitch is getting jammed, or your Thatcher got spawn peaked, or maybe you're just the only denier on your team, you gotta go for the gadgets. I think it's the easiest way to do this is by using your regular drone to survey the bomb site. By using your regular drone, you can have it take any surprises or bullets instead of your much more valuable Rotaro drone. Once you see any mute jammers or mozzie pests or anything like that, try to find a path around them or take them out before you deploy your Rotaro. This will give you the best chance of getting your drone onto the site so it can actually cause some damage. After that, it's pretty simple. Play it safe and avoid defenders. They can still shoot your Rotaro before it gets anchored. Then just aim for the gadgets. If you see a wall covered in bandit or Kai charges, blow them up. If you see a castle barricade blocking your team's path, blow it up. If you see a Jaeger ADS, blow it the hell up. Be that giant ball of explosionness that carves a path for your team's hard breachers so they can do their job and get your team onto the site safely, or at least open up the best angles that they can. Next is the aggressive way. I know everybody is going to see this drone that explodes and their first instinct is to use it like an RCXD from Call of Duty. This is not how you should use it since they're so weak before they're actually anchored. And then you have the timer, so say you do go after someone and you go behind them and you anchor it, they still have 3 seconds to run away. And the range on this is not that great, so they're going to get away. Instead, use it only to kill when that you have a very good chance of actually killing them. A perfect example of this is a defender that is distracted. If you see a defender hiding behind a reinforced shield and shooting at your teammates, I can just sneak a Rotaro behind him and explode it, killing him. Or if you're droning out the next room and you see a defender on their phone checking cams, quickly deploy a Rotaro and lead it their way. You can use the Rotaro to kill, but the defenders need to be really distracted. Finally, use Flores as a soft breacher. If you have a good Thatcher or Twitch on your team, they might not need you to actually take out gadgets. Instead, try to focus on what floors, walls, or windows need to be safely broken. Instead of having your Thermite be risky and melee a barricade, send in your Rotaro and bust it open for him from a safe distance. Try to see what your team is doing and where they're going, then assist them in clearing a path to the objective or create the angles they want to hold. Just be a team player, and if someone asks you to help out, help them out. Moving on, we have the combos and the counters. So let's start off with the combos. As a gadget denier, Flores combos the best with hard breachers and other gadget deniers. He uses his Rotaro to get gadgets off of reinforced surfaces, then the hard breachers can open them up. As for the gadget deniers, he works in a nice flow with them. Thatcher can hit gadgets higher up that, the Rotaro might not be able to reach, but he just disables them after, he got nerfed. So, Thatcher can clear out any hazards for Flores, and then Flores can destroy the gadgets. And say there's a mute jammer in the way and your Rotaro can't get past it. Well, Twitch can take it out from afar and you can send your Rotaro in to cause some real havoc. So to summarize, he's a great asset on any team and he combos really well with hard breachers and other gadget deniers. Finally, we have the counters. First up, anyone can really counter Flores. Like I said earlier, before the Rotaro is actually anchored, it can be destroyed like any other drone. It can be shot, exploded, shocked, and so on. I would say his only real hard counter is mute. His jammers have a larger radius, large enough to shut down a Rotaro before it gets within explosion distance. Maybe you can try to find a creative way around this, but from my testing, the jammer is just barely out of reach for the Rotaro. Next, we have Bandit and Kaid, the Shocky boys. Their electricity can destroy the Rotaro. Kaid is a hard counter, because he can throw his claws up high where the Rotaro can't reach, meaning any shock surfaces are off limits to Flores. Now, Bandit is less effective. His batteries always have to be on the ground, meaning the Rotaro can just go around the shocked wall or shock trap door and explode the batteries that way. Bandit charging barbed wire is a bit more effective, but if Flores anchors his drone on a wall next to the barbed wire or to the charge, he can still take it out. So Bandit is a counter, but Flores can still get around him if he's creative enough. That's actually going to be it for this video. I want to hear from you all. Did you find this guide helpful? Is Flores your new main? And what do you think about Crimson Heist? I don't know, so let me know down in the comments below. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel for even more amazing Rainbow Six Siege content. Also, don't forget to check the description down below for a link to our Discord server, where we talk about Siege and gaming pretty much constantly. I'm the Battle Moon, and I will see you in the next Siege.